Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for July 13th, 2016. For your Wednesday, we're going to have a warm front move through the area that's going to bring more clouds than sun today and some scattered showers and thunderstorms along this warm front. I don't think it's going to be a total washout for all areas, but I do think you will have at least some rain and storms to deal with for most areas as this moves off to the northeast. Warm front is actually situated like this, so this is all out ahead of it, and it's going to, once it moves through this area, we're going to get quite soupy for the next couple of days, at least for today and again on Thursday. Friday, I do think the cold front comes through, and that comes in trailing behind it. That's going to lower humidity, and that should hold through most of the weekend until we get to the latter part of the weekend, and the humidity starts to increase once again. So, in case you missed all that, we're going to break it down here by day. Here's the showers and thunderstorms that are going to be focused along that warm front. This is actually going to be taking place early in the afternoon, and then we go to the next frame, and you can see more showers and thunderstorms as that slowly moves off to the northeast. And then once this gets past dark time here, once we get past dark time, it starts to dwindle down and move away. We do have a cold front that's going to move in from the west, and that's going to touch off more scattered showers and thunderstorms, mainly focused to our western counties. Cold front's out here like this. Here's your area low pressure driving it, but you can see most of the activity is focused in our western areas across northeastern PA, east central PA, and southeast PA, and that will be on Thursday later in the afternoon and evening. And that will break some of the heat, at least once the cold front moves through, at least from a humidity standpoint. I don't think it's going to get rid of the heat. We're going to be stuck in this heat pattern for a while where temperatures are going to be at least slightly above normal, but as we get into Thursday, I think Thursday and Friday are going to be days that'll be well into the 90s, especially down here in the urban areas by Philadelphia, where once again the excessive heat watches and warnings are going up for those areas. So once we get past the shower and thunderstorm activity today and Thursday, I think that's going to be it for precipitation until we get to next week. Let's get into the NAM high-res, this is the NAM Future Simulator radar for the 12-kilometer NAM. This is starting off at 11 a.m. You can see a batch of showers here along the front. That's going to be moving and expanding northeastward, could turn into a few thunderstorms also. This is now 2 p.m., and then 5 p.m. you can see it's draped over much of eastern Pennsylvania at this point, so don't expect to see too much in the way of sun in those areas today. And then that moves off to the northeast, dwindles down after dark, and then we have the showers and thunderstorms focused with the actual front that's going to come in here later Thursday. And again, this is going to be focused mainly for our western counties, but there are some indications there's some might be some activity well out in front and maybe along a prefrontal trough axis. We'll have to watch for that later in the day here on Thursday. But either way, it doesn't look like it's an abundance of activity, just widely scattered. So not a big rain buster here, or a drought buster, if you will, going forward. Taking a look at dew points now. This is what we're looking at today. Very high dew points just because of that front being the vicinity. So you're going to have the dew points mainly in the 70s in areas that we're getting those showers. But it doesn't, even though the rain stops here for the most part here on Thursday, dew points should be very soupy once again in the lower to middle 70s, with those combined with the temperatures in the lower to middle 90s. Is going to make it feel quite oppressive here on Thursday until that front comes through. Let's go back to the global models. Actually, let me go one more frame here. I just want to show you what Friday looks like after the front does come through. You can see those dew points lowering, and we're getting closer to the lower 60s. Now, the front's going to be slow to get through for our eastern sections on Friday, so areas further southeast are still going to be in the high dew points. Areas northwest will be in the lower dew points, so feel that refreshing change. And then when we get over to Saturday, except for extreme southern areas, we're mostly in the lower to middle 60s, but then it does increase once we get to Sunday, where we get back to the mid to upper 60s, some near 70s down here in the southeastern section. So it's going to be back and forth with the humidity. You have some days that you'll get a break for a few days, and then it goes back up again, and you're back in the soup again. So going back to the global models here, this is looking at later Thursday with that cold front, and then once that moves through, here's a look at Friday. The front actually at this point, again, is going to be hung up on our southeastern areas, so you're still going to be soupy here on the southeastern part of the coverage area where the front has not moved through yet later Friday, but areas to the northwest will get some relief from the humidity because that's has already cleared at that point. So during the day on Friday, still be hot, but it will be less humid for areas further northwest. And then we get into Saturday. All the systems that are shown are staying to our south or north, so we're right in the middle of a clearing zone. So Saturday does look clear still, and several consecutive runs now showing a clear Saturday. Now the big change here was originally Sunday looked like a day that was going to have This system here moving quite much faster, come in very early Sunday morning with some rain. This is now way slower than today's guidance. So Sunday now looks like a dry day. So if you have any outdoor activities for Sunday, you now look good. This system does come through later on Monday on some guidance. Some guidance actually has it holding off until Tuesday, so this could be really slow. We'll have to address this as we get a little bit later into the weekend, because it's been a big change and a lot slower than previous guidance had suggested. So either way, we're getting into a very hot pattern. Once you get past indications, once you get past about the 22nd or so of the month, which is a little bit beyond this point, we're now talking next week. So once you get past the 22nd or so, we could be really baking. And much of the guidance is suggesting some very extreme heat coming in here, or we'll be challenging the 100-degree mark. So we'll save that for the time being, just because it's a little bit too far out to really speculate on, and we'll address that in future videos. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for July 13th, 2016. Have a great Wednesday.